And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game of the day, featuring Perfect Crime facing down against Potato Salad. Bans and picks already underway. Shadow Boy, after the last game being such a slugfest, think we can expect the same thing this time around?
I mean, it always depends on the team versus team, but I have to expect, since these guys made it past the initial rounds, that they do have their own skills. At least they have their own individual playability that makes them eligible to be at this point in the game. But Perfect Crime versus Potato Salad, first ban going over towards Hell, and I think that's a very respectable ban, especially since her changes. So Kong is going to be the response ban from Potato Salad.
Yeah, at the same time, we're also going to be seeing a Giannis banned out by Perfect Crime this time around. As Potato Salad, they're looking at a Circuit, and she's going to be banned away by them. Now, going into these first few picks, I think that's going to be a Khepri as the first lock in here, since he's being hovered on right now.
Yeah, and that being a first option is going to definitely be a first pick. I mean, Perfect Crime using the Khepri is going to allow for them to have the revival opportunities, a lot of lane bullying potential, and then Thanatos as a response first pick. Very interesting. We actually haven't seen any Thanatos, I do believe, in this particular tournament. Bellona being hovered on for the second pick, but yeah, I don't think we've actually seen Thanatos in a long time. He, of course, offers a lot of the same kind of tools that you see out of a Thor. He has the stunning semi-global presence ultimate. He has a lot of damage early on into the game. The only difference being is that Thor does a little bit better just because of the 2 stuns and the AoE presence with his Berserker Barrage, whereas Thanatos kind of just offers more utility functions. He has a silence, and then of course the high sustain in the jungle with his Death Scythe. But going back over to the other side, Agni, Sobek, and then a Geb as the final pick for Potato Salad. These teams are rounding out to be quite the team fight conundrum.
Yeah, they've got an absolutely incredibly clashing roster right here. Both teams want to be in each other's faces 24/7. Poseidon and Shivalanke, these next 2 banouts here. Anhur locked in for Potato Salad, but Perfect Crime, they're hovering Artemis in response, but I don't think they're going to lock this god in. But if they do, that's going to be a little bit of a weird pickup there. But Artemis, I mean, she's well known for the fact she brings these heavy-duty crits to the table. Her steroid gives her a nice chunk of change and damage, and Tusky, while not being the perfect ultimate, perfect escape, it's still a useful tool. Ullr, however, going to be the lock-in instead, and that's going to be the mechanical god of the king of outplays right there. Ullr locked in for Perfect Crime.
So I really like Perfect Crime's team comp. Potato Salad looking for a mage to round out theirs, but let's take a second and look over at Perfect Crime and just kind of analyze this a little bit. So solo Beck, something that is considered very good against Bellona, especially since his knockup can kind of dissuade her best damage dealing ability. And then on top of that, you have Agni for a lot of burst damage. Awilix, Feather Step is just so strong. So strong. And then, of course, Khepri, who can keep all of these characters alive and healthy. I do like the fact that they did emphasize having the double front line set up with the solo back and with the Khepri, and then allowed for Agni and Ullr and Awilix to play a little bit more risk just because Khepri can keep them alive. Now, over on Potato Salad, I think they have more of a traditional team fight composition.
Yeah, Potato Salad playing this team comes like, alright, we lock them down. We have these 2 forms of major AoE stuns that would have like very large ranges, form of Thanatos and Geb with the Cataclysm. And then you add a Bellona into the mix as well, who provide a nice, like very, very large area in the form of her Eagle's Rally that also doubles as another major AoE follow-up stun combo. You've got Anhur for the sustained damage composition, as well as the major slow in the form of his Pillar, which sets up some very, very, sometimes tough to land stuns, but well, if his Pillar set up properly, excuse me, and he finds the fights in the tight corridor, they're going to have a rough time actually getting around that pillar. And then Isis for that major AoE damage and healing with the circle protection, as well as the fact that those early mid-camp skirmishes are probably going to go the way of Potato Salad here, especially with the Thanatos in the jungle. And then Isis, if she goes Purple Pot, they're going to be really tough to stop for Perfect Crime.
Well, that is all there is to be said. We'll get into the game and more analysis as soon as we get through these timers. This is, again, North American Challenger Cup, casted by me as well as Soza. You guys stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
And we're live and straight into the action with Game 2 of the Challenger Cup for North America here. I am Soza, once again joined by Shadow Boy as both teams move into the jungle, down the lanes, and across the map. Hopefully we see some action as both teams rocking some team fight compositions here.
Oh yeah, they both want to just get into an all-out brawl with each other, take the fight to the front lines, and then try and maneuver their way into the back lines for some characters. But a little bit of warding going around, but Didn't actually see a ward come out from Thanatos. So okay, so there it is. He's gonna just drop that one there and there. So he actually bought 2 wards and just death toll on top of that, and he's gonna make his way back. Let's see what he elects to purchase. As Awilix does not go for the red pot start, so interesting to see as to whether or not Thanatos will do the same. I do believe he did see Awilix in that time, so he might have actually.
No, he's just going with healing and blue pots. Actually, he does have the red pot channel right there.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, that's a red part set. So
here's the weird thing though. This is Sobek is on the other team, so we're gonna be a Bellona solo facing off against the Sobek here. So the matchup that's expected here, Shadow Boy, like you said. So this should be an interesting one to see as it happens, but it's gonna be a rough show for Bellona, like you said. Is that slam cam?
The invading.
Oh boy, it's gonna be big here. They know what's coming, and they're just gonna go straight for the action here. But at the same time, SchwavidDimmer gonna see them coming for this, and so is freelo. They're just going straight for the speed buff. They're looking for the fight here, but the XP camp has been started by Perfect Crime. This is gonna be a risky road for them, especially with a Thanatos being the one they've got to fight. Can they find a way in? It's a question. No. Perfect Crime opting to just back up here, and Sobek gonna not get that blue buff as well.
This is exactly how you have to play the situation, is because you have to realize that we're not going to win a fight against a Thanatos with red pot. In the event he lands his death type, we lose. That's a loss, no matter what.
It's way too big a risk to take.
Yeah, but that being said, it's not an overall game loss. You can go ahead and recover from that later. I think that what's going to be more crippling is if you give up a first blood, and losing speed and blue, not ideal, but again, not the end of the world. However, mid lane, we didn't talk about Isis having a purple pot. That is going to be huge. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people think that she has enough damage by herself. Some people think that it just gives you guaranteed first blood.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite strategies on Isis, Shadowboy, personally, because it lets you win these mid-camp fights, no matter what. You've got the extra damage here, and now Duo, there's a fight over there. Speaking of battles here, as Raz a little too late, he might get caught up by a shockwave as well. He needs to leap away from this one, but Cliff, he's looking for a way in. RZ gonna get away from this one, but a close call for the Perfect Crime duo lane right there.
Yeah, right now Ullr is in a kind of a sensitive state where he has to be very mana efficient in how he clears, how he tries to poke. It's going to be a very slow start for Ullr, especially with Khepri as his dual lane partner. But I think that you are pretty content with that just because of all the healing you get from Khepri, as they're going to try and find the kill opportunity on the Geb, who uses the shield. One more auto attack was all that was needed, but unfortunately for them, they're just not going to have it. So 2 low members of Potato Salad in the dual lane are going to be able to walk away, lick their wounds, and come back into lane. But Agni, using the dash, can they find the stun ball and anything? Nope, just too far away in the middle lane.
Yeah, and I have to say, a great body block from Cliff over in the duo as well. Actually saved the life of PoolShark right there. Like I said, he was 1 auto away from death, but Cliff ended up blocking so many in that engagement, saving life as support. Well, neither team wants to let up! They're still fighting the solo lane now as, well, we see an airborne Fates right there. He's ready to crash lands, and he will find his target there. Freelo, he's in so much trouble, forced to disengage here as fineokay. Well, he's more than fine and okay right now. He's got to be pretty happy that Freelo.
Bellona
just don't stop fighting them. Yeah, they've got the Eagles rally. They could go for it if they want to, and Shwave does need to play it safe here. The Eagles rally is available, and IFates, well, he could fight if they want to, but Shwave just a little too far away from this one, so no fights just yet, but these teams not letting up in the slightest already.
No, these guys want to find the first blood so that it can be a huge sigh of relief for either team, because you have essentially the same team comp, and when it is the same team comp versus the same team comp, typically you see more snowballs in that instance because there's nothing really different about how either function. And right now it's looking like Perfect Crime is going to be able to win out this game if they get another kill, but Anhur doesn't have any jump available or any mana, so he's going to be in a bit of trouble in the duo lane, as well as the fact that Ullr is doing a fairly good job of keeping both of them dangerously low.
And here's the thing, though. Perfect Crime is being, well, absolutely crushed in the farm game right now. They're leveraging their mid and jungle pressure so effectively, especially when combined with the solo laner, that they have not let Perfect Crime near any of these mid camps. They've kept them away from their buffs early on in the game. They've stolen away the purple and the blue buff as well, I believe. So, realistically, even if they don't get the kills here, Potato Salad, they're in a very solid position to walk away with this game as long as they just force Perfect Crime away from every single major objective early on in the game.
However, Thanatos needs to try and find some kill opportunity of his own. He's still got no kills under his belt, and there's a little bit of poke damage coming out onto the Isis, but Yeah, Thanatos needs the kills to basically make a huge impact. In fact, I dare say that if he doesn't have 4 kills by about the 10-minute marker, I don't know if Potato Salad can really get anything else out of that pick.
As long as they can get kills onto the big carries like Sheyka and maybe some kills onto Cliff as well, it's going to be huge. And now Spirit Ball actually landing onto Flav, that's going to be pretty big. But our great Noxious Fumes Rain of Fire combo going to be set off by Terranova right there, buying some time and safety for Potato Salad right there. That's now Potato Salad. Oh, they're moving down to engage Perfect Crime. They got to back off entirely here.
So a bit of miscommunication in that instance as well, as we saw Thanatos kind of backing off when Isis was like, oh hey, I'm about to land a Spirit Ball, it's going to be a huge amount of damage, let's go into Khepri. But there wasn't any of that kind of communication going on, and so you saw a distinct difference, and Agni was able to help the Khepri and recover in time before anything bad happened. But pots are wearing off, no longer do you see anybody with a potion of magical might or physical might, and now we're back to kind of a stasis point of the game where Perfect Crime has lasted through the aggressive start from Potato Salad, hasn't given up first blood, hasn't given Thanatos much room to work with, and so now we're at a point where there's only a 900 gold difference, which you take the 2 pots they use, that's the difference.
Yeah, so essentially it's more or less dead even right now between these two teams. Perfect Crime gonna be, well, struggling a little bit, but as long as they last just a tiny bit longer and find some extra farm here, maybe find one of these fights or 2, they can definitely walk on back into this game quite easily, especially with RZ playing one of the gods most well known for his outplay potential here. If he keeps finding good fights on this dual lane, he can run rampant through this game.
So really looking for the members of Potato Salad to find some kind of kill opportunity, something. Thanatos Ultimate works in the same aspect of Thor. You don't have to use it to kill secure, but rather to kill set up, especially in the dual lane, where we're actually going to see a boxing match going off between Cliff and Sakil and RZ Kill, and he's not actually going to try and commit on this one. Wants to go ahead and realign himself, as Anhur is just focusing on clearing out some of the creeps, the remaining creeps as well.
I mean, at this point, that's probably the good call to go for here. Ullr, definitely a tough god to fight. If you get caught by a single stun there with no real escape, you're going to be in some serious trouble, so you need to hold on to that disperse and just farm on through the wave. I think he's making the good call here as Cliff, so Cliff going to be farming him quite happily, as they'll both scale about the same point here, but the big thing is the 3-man rotation for Potato Salad. If they can actually secure anything back here, this is an easy gold free for them if they want it.
Yeah, but there's wards spotting them out. I mean, there's a blue ward right on top of the Gold Fury. I highly doubt that they're actually going to be able to get that one. However, they do need to start looking to make some heavy rotations for some kills. I mean, you know, I keep harping on it, but the thing is like their jungler is very reliant on getting some kind of early advantage over the enemy team, and if this goes into late game, Thanatos is not going to be as useful as the opposing jungler. I mean, Awilix is way more potent in the late game than Thanatos. Her damage is just going to scale way better.
I mean, even then, as long as he continues to secure more objectives for his team, I think even then, IFates, although he won't be as useful here, as long as he can get his team decently ahead, he'll be fine. And there we go, Cliff trying to find his lead right there.
Oh!
From Khepri. It's not going to finish off here. That's a huge cataclysm locking down freelo and Flaven right there. IFates coming on, crashing down. And there we go, first blood going over to Fates here, with the second one going the way of fineokay on the back of a slam and jam here, right next to the Gold Fury too. This is going to be huge for Potato Salad, but they're going to opt to play the safe route, go towards the mid camps, and just farm some other lanes instead.
I think I would have liked the Gold Fury call there. You had all 5 members of your team there, which is a very rare instance this early on into the game. I'm definitely more inclined to believe that they should have done that. Sobek was really far away. It would have taken him far too long to get there. So a bit of a misplay, in my opinion, by Potato Salad not getting that Gold Fury. But they are going to have a slight advantage because of the first blood and the kill following afterwards, and just go back into the lane and farm up. So that is going to result in a 2k gold lead, which is not really that heavy right now at a 10-minute marker.
I mean, still, it is a nice gold lead, and the XP will be trending quite happily in their favor. Actually, about 4.5 thousand here is fine. Okay, they're going to try to just get a little bit of pressure onto him, but, well, he's exactly as his namesake says. He is fine, and he is okay over in the solo lane.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get out just fine. It's really hard to actually gank a Bellona, and not only that, but a Bellona with defensive items. She's already worked on the Emerald Talisman and working to get a little bit of sustain through some of these team fights. Would have preferred excuse me, would have preferred the Bulwark of Hope just to deal with Agni's burst damage. But I can't necessarily fault her for saying, okay, I want to be able to just consistently stay healthy in these fights or stay healthy in lane.
It's definitely one of those items to be like, alright, we can go either way with these ones, but, well, Bulwark Rope would have been slightly preferred here. I should agree with you on that one. However, I'm pretty much okay with them going for a pendant for that extra regen and that health. Just keep them ticking on through these fights. Meanwhile, across the map, we're seeing both teams try to find something here. It's Perfect Crime. They've actually got a nice little setup of wards here and a nice line of damage set up by these. Oh, this could be huge here. Ooh, going to actually be trying to find the kill here is RZ. He's so low though, and Cliff dueling him quite nicely here. A quick disperse, and this could be the end of RZ kill right there. But he's got the backup of freelo right there, so freelo saving his teammate's life. But FaZe, he doesn't quite care about freelo. He wants the free kills. He's instead going to go down in the wrong spot though, caught out by a Khepri, and a rain of fire from Terranova right there. No healing available for him from Sheyka. Sheyka a bit too late to shake things up right there. Potato Salad going to be giving up a 1 kill over to Perfect Crime here, and that's what Perfect Crime needs to be finding right about now.
Is Sobek gonna? Nope, he does not go for the plug. But yeah, you miss a Thanatos ultimate, you're gonna get punished. Especially if you miss a Thanatos ultimate into an Agni, you're gonna get punished for it. So they did get the kill onto Thana, and they're gonna be able to feel pretty comfortable with that. So now it's twice we've seen Thanatos go for something, not necessarily get too much out of it. He's sitting 1-1-1, so not too bad, not too great. And now over in the dual lane, however, I'm a little surprised to see how aggressive Anhur has been, and he's not really been punished for it, even though the ward vision is completely in favor of Perfect Crime on the side of Gold Fury, with the exception of right now when Geb replaced the Sentry Ward that was on that. But prior to that, they had all the vision.
Yeah, they've had a great vision control here, and actually in the solo lane, there's a big fight going. It's fineokay looking to claim a victim here, but well, Schwavid actually going to be fine for now, especially with freelo right around the corner. He blinks in for the fight. freelo looking for something, but fineokay facing off against him, just trying to get that safety here. But, well, that's going to be the damage through the lurking in the waters. It's so much, though, as Schwavid gets it turned on his head. freelo gets caught by the death side at the very end there, as Fate secures a double with his call right there. That is a huge swing, as Potato Salad actually finds something but lose Cliff over in the solo dual lane and the process.
Yeah, the fight still continues, however. Bellona was able to back and TP immediately into the fight. Khepri doing the best he can to make sure that Agni gets out alive, even holding the ultimate just a little bit longer, but I think that Ullr is now the one going to be in trouble here. He might have taken the most awkward of paths to try and get into this fight, and it looks like Fate wants to try and make a kill happen as his ultimate was up, but now they're just in an awkward spot. Potato Salad is kind of just sitting in the middle of two towers and looking towards the Gold Fury, and are they actually? Yeah.
They could go for it here. They've got, well, Cliff coming back in the... Excuse me, they're Cliff coming back in the action as well. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. But, this is going to be super risky here, as they will see the entirety of Perfect Crime joining the roster as well. But Flaven, oh, he's a little out of position here, and he's going to be punished quite heavily for it. Eagles Rally going to secure him as IFates picks up the kill right there. Now Perfect Crime, they're on the hunt for Morris. Oh, they need to get something before they leave. But Potato Salad, they're right around the corner, and this could be way too much of a risk to even attempt anything. Is fineokay. He's waiting for his attempt here. He has no Eagles Rally, but he may not need it. He gets a slow onto Cliff, but oh, RZ Killer going to be fine. And out of here, Potato Salad, they get the Gold Fury off in the back. The distraction is working for Potato Salad right now, as fineokay deep in the enemy lines here. Stun Ball will connect, and it will find Schwavid right there. Schwavid going to end up falling in the end. PoolShark going to get that kill as well. So, pushing them off Potato Salad. They're growing their lead quite quickly here. And Shadow Boy, I think they're still going to run away with this one.
I think that was probably the most awkward fight I've ever seen out of Perfect Crime. Agni used his dash forward through the noxious fumes, like way off in the distance, and then flame waved it and just threw bombs. It was just an awkward fight all around. I think that Perfect Crime is basically kind of straggling a bit. I don't know if they feel a little bit on edge, or there might be a little bit of frustration after Awilix and Sobek went for the Bellona kill and quickly got punished for missing a couple of their abilities, but that did not look like the Perfect Crime we saw like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was just an incredibly sloppy fight. There's no real other word for it. They weren't quite committing to anything. They played incredibly non-committal around a massive dive by fineokay and PoolShark, well, and Fates actually, and they didn't punish it. They didn't go for any other kind of engagement, and they just sort of awkwardly decided to fling abilities at them and just throw random objects in their direction. All in all, it was just it could have gone their way, but they played it out so horribly. Now Terranova, he might end up falling here as IFates.
Oh!
He silences him mid-dash there, but misses the death side. He's inside the Noctis Fume, so Meteor gonna land. But, well, IFates is CC immune. He's on the ground. He misses Terranova right there because, well, Khepri's got his ult on him as well, but Fates will wait it out. He'll stun him down and lock him down. He finds a double as well as now Flabentarts in danger, but RZ Killa joining the party. Not quite where he wants to be, though. Sheyka looking to finish him up. Spirit Ball, it's waiting. The cooldown is coming up soon enough, but he gets stunned out by RZ Killa right there. Shockwave locking him up. Spirit Ball, so close, but no connect right there. As Fate, he's taking low. Well, he's not taking low at all, but only takes SchwavidDimmer down a tiny bit for walking up too close.
So now we're seeing all the members of Potato Salad just clear out some of the enemy buff camps just to take away a little bit of gold for themselves, as well as deny the enemy team any chance of that goal. But here it is. I like this dive. They're going to go all in. Eagles Rally setting up the kills as Fates is going to pick up one, and the other one going over to the lovely teammate Isis, who's been the assist machine for most of this game. Now she gets a nice little kill. So I think it's really good how Thanatos is building right now. As, hold on, they're just going to keep going for more and more action. Only a stun lands onto Thanatos, who is going to still be relatively healthy and able to come back into the fight if he so chooses to do so. And oh, there it is. Fates going up in the air. He lands down. He's gonna find the kill onto Ullr, and they're gonna be able to take the tier 2 tower. Agni in a bit of an awkward spot. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he's gonna get the death sight and get taken down by IFates, who is now sitting 9-1.
That damage was absolutely disgusting out of IFates right there. The man has become an absolute monster, turning it up to, well, he's gone past 11 here. I don't know if the dial goes to 12 or not, but well, he's cranked it up to that level at least. And well, Fates definitely earning his keep for this early game and mid game right now. And like I said, Shadowboy, he's building to take advantage of the fact that he's going to be the tower diving monstrosity of his team right there. Potato Salad, they know exactly what to do with the lead. They have not let up in the slightest against their enemies now. And, well, as the production just said, they've gone to 17, it seems.
I mean, this is exactly how you play the team comp. You have your Thanatos, you have all the damage that you want him to do, and then you just let him do it. You let him get all the kill potential in the world. It all started with that one initial, like, overcommitment in the solo lane from Perfect Crime. And then Potato Salad punished it so hard. Double kill on the IFates, which then just escalated into so much more. Play after play after play. 9-1 later, he's actually sitting on a mail renewal just to ensure that he doesn't die anytime soon. Every kill that happens around him or from him is going to result in him just sustaining himself throughout the fight on top of already high sustain.
He's passive too. He's going to be getting so much HP back after these kills that, and with how many deaths have been in these fights, how much Perfect Crime and Potato Salad seem to fight to the death here, he's going to find something before he ends up falling in the end of these fights. And well, Fate looking for something more. He seems to be calling them into this one. Clip of trying to earn his Oscar here as he's just going for that Fire Giant, knowing that they don't come to interrupt him. He's going to take it for sure here, but well, can they even interrupt him inside of Perfect Crime? They're so far down, and absolutely shredding Terranova. Nova going to fall to IFates right there as he resets. He goes airborne as well, and he's just waiting in the wing. SchwavidDimmer walks a little bit out of vision here as freelo blinks in behind, but the cat, well, it's not going to do nearly enough for the cat. It's coming down to freelo's head right there. Fates looking for one more reset. He finds it as well, and his health bar going back up. The unofficial double right there as Sheyka picks up the other kill, and fineokay, he rips the final auto here. I think this surrender is going to go through, but even if it doesn't, this could very well be the end for Perfect Crime's Potato Salad. They're far too much ahead. They've got way too much swing in their favor, and, well, banking on a Thanatos falling off, it's not going to work at this point. As the late game carries, they're coming online too for Potato Salad.
Yeah, Anhur is getting to a comfortable point. Isis is already at a comfortable point. It's just not going to be good. And the worst part is that right now, it's really hard to make a defense when you've got Isis passive working in their favor. That's 10 full on her passive, which is just regenning her entire team. Fire Giants working in their favor. They have CC, sustain, everything they need. And now they're going to just push down the last remaining tower that Perfect Crime has, who are sitting 2-17.
Not to mention, this Phoenix will be so risky to defend. Even though PoolShark is being taken low here, with that Fire Giant, he's going to regen up so fast in conjunction with the Isis passive as well. Even if they back off here and buy items, they're going to be able to actually come back, buy items, and just fight for these Phoenixes. They can even go for a dive under one if they want to find a team fight like that instead of Potato Salad. So, Perfect Crime, things are in complete dire straits right here. There's a very, very minimal chance of them actually being able to come back in here, and that relies on Potato Salad making a massive mistake enough times for IFates to fall off incredibly hard, and for the rest of Perfect Crime to scale up massively. But that's going to be all in the hands of Potato Salad messing up, and then Perfect Crime playing perfectly around those mistakes.
So Gold Fury is being worked on and about to be completed by Potato Salad, just furthering their lead just that little bit more. Now sitting on a comfortable 17.7k gold difference, and whoo! Look at that side. That's going to be half the health of Ullr just gone. And IFates up in the air, probably going to come down on Agni. No changing his mind, comes back down onto freelo, who is actually just a free kill at this point. Eagles probably landing on 2, and they're just going to keep the pressure going as they have all the damage they need to just wreck the remaining members of Perfect Crime and more than likely finish up this game with a darn near perfect score of 2-21.
I mean, no towers lost. They got pretty much every Gold Fury, I believe. They've only lost 2 kills here. Perfect Crime. Well, the Perfect Crime is being executed onto them right now. It's Potato Salad. They almost walk away with a perfect, flawless game right there. And good game, Potato Salad. Coming off the last intense game, this game, I wouldn't call it a stomp, but I'd call it a clean display by Potato Salad.
So, I mean, I feel like we have to take a second and just analyze what all happened there, because it felt like it was a very slow game. Because keep in mind, at 6 minutes in the game, there was no first blood. There was no actual, like, death that had happened.
I mean, you were really, really worried that they wouldn't actually carry through this game because Fate had nothing off of his red bot, aside from, I mean, some good objective secures, but nothing really.
Yeah, no, he didn't have anything going for him, and it was actually at the 12-minute marker. The 12-minute marker, I remember this because I thought, okay, 10-minute came up, he has 0 kills, that is probably, or he has 1 kill, that is probably the death sentence for this Death God, but in actuality, he was able to find 2 really good kills off of a bit of a misplay from Perfect Crime, and then convert that over. Now, that being said, what could have been done differently from Perfect Crime was very simple things, you know, just initially warding, making sure you have full information of where Thanatos is. Once you hit a certain point, he's just not going to be able to do too much. And that's what you have to play for. You don't have to play for the, hey, let's make highlight plays early on in the game, because we don't have the team comp for that. We don't have the flashy early game damage dealer. Barring all kinds of early kills that you can get, say, on Awilix or Ullr or Agni. So those things being taken out of the equation, they don't have the team comp to sit here and actually try to make these big plays onto certain characters. They committed all into a Bellona who is very hard to kill, very hard to actually stick to, and they got punished for it, and then of course it just went bad from there. There are other things that they could have done differently as a team and as a unit to try and really come back into the game, but after a certain point it just became impossible.
I think they really would have had to rely on RZ Killa to get a little bit more ahead in lane. freelo also, unfortunately, he wasn't making the plays that he needed to. We complained about IFates not really getting the kills early game. freelo, unfortunately, like I said, he committed way too many resources into ganking the solo lane. He never walked away with anything to show for it, wasn't really able to secure the objectives, and couldn't really just punish you with that early game Awilix damage. Unfortunately, Perfect Crime, they ended up falling short in almost everywhere. As Potato Salad, they executed perfectly. They understood that Perfect Crime didn't go have the team comp, like you said, to execute those flashy plays, and they did whatever they could. They found objectives, and then the second they hit that 12-minute mark, they turned it up way past 11, and it just got bad from there. And all in all, I gotta say, that is one of the best textbook examples of a slow burn snowball.
Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and get set up for the next game. You guys stay tuned. Again, this is the North American Challengers Cup Series by me, Shadowboy, as well as Souza. We'll be back as soon as we figure out what our next game is. You guys stay tuned, grab a drink, maybe get some popcorn. We'll be back in just a moment.